right, so we have our day 1 on the right and our day 9 on the left. So we are doing Titleist Performance Institute's lat test. So we are assessing pretty much for overhead mobility, right? How much shoulder flexion can we get out of the shoulder? And this also comes with what is happening at the thoracic spine, how mobile are we through the thoracic spine, how much stability can we create at the scapula, and then truly how much mobility do we have at that shoulder joint itself. So all these things are being kind of tested. In this testing position, we have the club here helping to show us what's happening at the low back. So we can cheat shoulder flexion by just extending through the low back. It makes it look like we're achieving more kind of in that overhead position, more flexion. So the club tells us when that low back arches, we need to keep that club pinned to the wall. That's what that's for. We also have the mid back up against the wall and then the back of the head. Those are the 3 kind of rules. And then we need to keep the elbow straight. So on the right, let's look at day 1. We're trying to get that thumb to the wall or as close to the wall as possible. So here we can see that left elbow starts to bend right there. And if we keep them at that spot where the elbow bends, we can see how restricted this left side was in shoulder flexion. So it's right about there. If you get kind of a side view of it, we see this shoulder is definitely not surpassing spine angle, right? It is oriented forward to the spine. What we want is at least spine angle, so straight up and down, and then even better than that would be a little bit beyond spine angle where that thumb is being able to touch the wall. If we look at the more recent, again, keeps trying to bend that elbow, so we're going to be very strict with it. So here we have a straight arm, straight elbow. He keeps it straight, and if we look, his max effort there with a straight elbow is we are at spine angle. You can see how he's covering the ear. His arm is just about perfectly straight up overhead. That's exactly where we want him. And that thumb, again, is just like an inch or so away from that wall. So the improvement, as we can see through here, we have even still a little bit of left elbow bend on the right side, but on the left side here, as strict as we can be, we are looking pretty dang good. And that change is quite drastic left side compared to the right side. All right, so let's watch that one more time. Day 1 here on the right, working hard. Elbow immediately starts to bend. We have some restrictions through that body as well. Now we worked on left shoulder itself, the capsule, the ability to just create more motion at that shoulder joint itself, but also we've been working on scap stability, scapular shoulder complex stability throughout the last couple of weeks too, making sure that scap and shoulder are playing together to create orientation where that shoulder joint can actually go into as much flexion as possible. So shoulder capsule itself, the shoulder complex as a whole, and then not to mention our thoracic spine extension. Because if we are limited in our ability to keep that T-spine up against the wall or that low back up against the wall, if we don't have that expansion through the rib cage or that mid-back, then that also is going to limit this test. So we can see all these things come together to create an improved lat test.